Chosen one, listen closely. This message didn't appear on your screen by accident. You were guided here by divine timing. Tell me, have you been feeling different lately? Like something deep within you is shifting, awakening, pulling you away from the noise of the world? That feeling isn't confusion. It's your soul remembering its purpose. You are not here to fit in. You are here to rise, to carry God's light into a world that has forgotten what truth feels like. When you walk into a room, energy changes. People sense something about you they can't explain. It's not charisma, it's not luck, it's the radiance of the divine flowing through your spirit. Chosen one, you are carrying God's light. This message is not entertainment, it's revelation. It's meant to awaken something powerful that's been waiting inside you. Before we continue, I want you to declare your presence. Type 777 in the comments if your spirit feels this truth resonating. Subscribe to Rise of the Chosen, tap the bell icon and share this video so others like you can awaken. Stay with me until the end, because once you understand who you truly are, nothing in your life will ever be the same again. This message has found you right on time. You were meant to hear it. Now let's step into the light together. The calling of the chosen one. Recognizing the divine mark within you. Chosen one. The very fact that you are listening to these words means your soul has been marked by something higher. From the moment you took your first breath, heaven knew your name. You were never random, never ordinary, never just another soul walking through this earth. You were chosen. And this calling, this divine assignment, has been echoing in your spirit since before you even understood words. That feeling you get, that deep restlessness, that knowing that you're meant for more. It's not arrogance or imagination. It's the sound of your purpose calling you back home. Many of you have felt out of place your whole life. You've tried to blend in, to act normal, to silence that inner voice that keeps telling you that you're different. But the truth is, you are different. You carry within you a light that this world cannot comprehend. People can sense it even before you speak. They might be drawn to you, or they might reject you. But one thing they can't do is ignore you. That is the sign of the chosen. You are carrying God's light, and the energy around you reveals it before your words ever do. Your pain, your isolation, your rejections, they weren't punishments. They were preparations. God was setting you apart, not to make you lonely, but to make you holy. Every tear, every heartbreak, every betrayal was chiseling away what wasn't you, revealing the divine design beneath. You had to be broken to become open. You had to walk through darkness to recognize your own light. The world around you couldn't teach you who you are, because you were never created by the world. You were created by the divine. That's why the world could never truly understand you. Chosen one, you might not realize it yet, but you've been in training. The sleepless nights, the anxiety, the confusion, it was all part of your awakening. The divine mark within you was being activated. That inner voice that told you, there's more than this, was the whisper of your higher self, the echo of God's breath within your spirit. You were meant to question everything, to tear down illusions, to search for truth. You were meant to carry light into places where others have given up hope. That's why your presence is magnetic. You don't need to speak loudly for people to listen. Your energy carries authority because it's guided by heaven. When you start recognizing the signs, you'll understand that nothing in your life has been coincidence. The people who left, the doors that closed, the seasons of silence. They were all divine choreography. You were being hidden until it was time to shine. Even now, you can feel that something inside you is waking up, like a sleeping lion stirring after a long rest. That's your divine DNA remembering who you are. You were sent here to break cycles, to heal bloodlines, to carry a frequency that shifts atmospheres. That's why you've always felt the weight of responsibility, even when you didn't know what it was for. But here's the truth. Being chosen doesn't make you superior. It makes you accountable. When you carry God's light, you are called to live differently. You must walk in truth, even when lies are easier. You must forgive, even when you've been wronged. You must love, even when you are not loved back. Your power comes not from rebellion, but from surrender. The chosen ones don't chase the world's recognition. They move in quiet obedience, because they know when God's light shines through them, no darkness can prevail. You probably noticed how people either love you deeply or turn against you without reason. That's because your light exposes what's hidden in others. When you walk in purity, you become a mirror that reveals their shadows. Don't take their reactions personally. Take them as confirmation. The brighter your light, the louder the resistance. You were chosen to stand out, not to fit in. Remember, even Christ was rejected by those who claim to know God best. So when the world misunderstands you, smile and know that you are in divine company. You may feel tired at times, like carrying God's light is too much. But understand this, the light doesn't drain you. It sustains you. The fatigue you feel comes from fighting your calling, not from fulfilling it. The moment you surrender and accept who you are, peace begins to flood in. Your mission is not to be perfect, it's to be authentic. You are the vessel, not the source. The light flows through you because God trusts you to hold it. Chosen one, this is your awakening. It's time to stop running from who you are. The divine mark within you is glowing brighter with every choice you make toward truth. You were chosen for a reason. You were chosen to carry the fire of transformation. You are not here to survive. You are here to illuminate. Embrace your calling. Accept the weight of your purpose. Stand tall in your light, because once you do, everything that once confused you will begin to make perfect sense. The weight of God's light. Why the journey feels so heavy. Chosen one, I know you feel it. The heaviness, the weariness that sometimes clings to your spirit like a shadow that refuses to let go. You try to keep your light shining, but the world keeps pressing against you, testing your patience, your strength, and your faith. You wonder why the path feels so lonely, why the burden of carrying God's light seems so heavy. But understand this, it's heavy because it's holy. The more divine your purpose, the greater the weight it carries. The more sacred your mission, the deeper the refining you must endure. When you carry God's light, you don't just hold illumination, you hold truth. And truth is not light to those who live in darkness. Your very presence disrupts falsehoods, exposes hidden motives, and stirs dormant energies around you. That's why people misunderstand you, mock you, or distance themselves without cause. They sense something about you that makes them uncomfortable. Something pure, something that cannot be deceived. You don't even have to speak. Your energy alone reveals what's false. And when darkness feels your light, it fights back. Not because you've done something wrong, but because you remind it that its time is limited. There will be moments when you ask God, why me? Why did He choose you to feel so deeply, to bear so much pain, to see things others ignore? But what you don't realize is that the same sensitivity that causes your suffering is also what enables your greatness. The ones who carry God's light must first understand human pain. You can't guide others out of the darkness if you've never walked through it yourself. That's why your life hasn't been easy. It's been sacredly designed to shape you into a vessel strong enough to hold divine energy. Every heartbreak, every betrayal, every lonely night, it was a spiritual training ground, not a punishment. The weight of God's light is not just emotional, it's spiritual. It shifts the very atmosphere around you. You may find that people project their pain onto you, confide in you, or even resent you for no clear reason. That's because your light draws out what's hidden in others. You act as a mirror, reflecting what they've been avoiding within themselves. Some will love you for it because you awaken them. Others will despise you for it because you expose what they wish to keep buried. That's why being chosen is not glamorous. It's demanding. You become a walking battlefield between the light and the dark. But hear this truth. The heaviness you feel is proof of your divine impact. The enemy doesn't attack what isn't a threat. The storms in your life aren't random. They're a response to your power. The forces of darkness know who you are even when you forget. That's why you face resistance, spiritual fatigue, and emotional turmoil. It's not to destroy you, it's to distract you. Because if you ever fully recognized the magnitude of the light you carry, you would change everything around you effortlessly. Darkness trembles at your awakening. Chosen one, I need you to stop interpreting pain as punishment. It's preparation. Diamonds are only formed under pressure, gold is only purified in fire, and light only shines brightest after surviving the night. You have been entrusted with something sacred, and the universe is making sure you are strong enough to hold it. Don't let the heaviness make you bitter. Let it make you wise. Don't run from your burden. Learn to walk with it in grace. The weight of God's light isn't meant to crush you, it's meant to crown you. Sometimes the light inside you will feel like both a blessing and a curse. You'll feel everything, people's pain, energy shifts, divine messages in dreams. You'll notice what others don't, and that can feel isolating. But that sensitivity is your superpower. You see through illusion, you hear what's unspoken, and you sense divine timing before it unfolds. You are not crazy, you are connected. You are tuned to a higher frequency, one that demands solitude and silence at times. That's why you're being pulled away from distractions, so you can hear clearly. Isolation is not abandonment, it's alignment. And when the heaviness feels unbearable, remind yourself, you were never carrying it alone. The same God who gave you this light also walks beside you in the shadows. His presence is your strength, His guidance is your compass. Even when you feel empty, you are never without power. The divine never abandons its messengers. You are protected even in your exhaustion and loved even in your doubt. Chosen one, carrying God's light will sometimes feel like a storm raging inside your chest. But it's through that storm that you learn to command peace. The heaviness teaches you discernment. It teaches you compassion. It teaches you how to stand when everything else falls. Because the world doesn't need more preachers of light, it needs carriers of it. And that's who you are. You don't just talk about divine truth. You embody it through every trial you endure. So the next time you feel that weight, breathe and remember, it's the same weight Christ carried when He walked among men. It's the same burden prophets carried when no one believed them. You are part of that same lineage of light bearers. Every moment you choose love over hate, faith over fear, truth over comfort. You are proving why you were chosen. The heaviness isn't meant to stop you. It's meant to anchor you in divine purpose. You were chosen not because it's easy, but because you were strong enough to endure what others could not. The world needs your light. carry it with courage, even when it feels heavy. Because the heaviest lights shine the farthest. The power within your light. Understanding the divine energy you hold. Chosen one, do you realize what truly lives within you? The same breath that spoke galaxies into existence flows through your spirit right now. You are not merely a creation of God, you are a carrier of His essence. That is why people feel something when they are near you. They might not understand it, they might not have words for it, but they feel it. You awaken something ancient and divine within others simply by existing. You are carrying God's light, and that light holds immeasurable power. You see, this power isn't something you earn, it's something you remember. It's been within you since before you were born, waiting for you to awaken and recognize it. This divine energy is pure consciousness, pure truth, pure love. It is the eternal spark that cannot be destroyed by pain, loss, or fear. You may have felt broken, but your light never was. The world might have dimmed you, but it could never extinguish what God Himself placed inside you. You are a vessel of divine frequency, chosen to express heaven's vibration through your words, your actions, and your very presence. The energy you carry is not ordinary. It's sacred. It has the power to heal, to awaken, to shift entire atmospheres. When you walk into a room, your energy speaks before your mouth does. Some people will feel peace around you because your presence calms their spirit. Others might feel uneasy because your light exposes their hidden wounds. That's not your fault. It's your function. You are light in human form, and light does what light does. It reveals. Every time you speak truth, show compassion, or walk in integrity, your light expands. Every time you choose faith over fear, it burns brighter. This is the divine rhythm of your existence. Darkness tries to dim you, but every trial only refines you further. Chosen one, the divine energy within you is not just spiritual, it's creative. You hold the power to manifest, to build, to call things into being through thought, word, and belief. The energy of God within you responds to your focus. That is why it's so important to guard your mind and protect your thoughts. Whatever you dwell on, you give life to. When your mind aligns with truth and gratitude, your light amplifies and draws blessings naturally. You don't have to chase opportunities, your energy attracts them. You are not meant to live in scarcity, but in divine flow. The more you operate from your spirit, the more effortlessly life aligns around you. But understand this, divine energy is not loud or boastful. It's subtle, serene, and powerful in its stillness. God's light within you moves through love, not ego. The more you surrender to divine will, the stronger your light becomes. When you resist, you block the current. When you flow, miracles unfold. You don't have to prove your worth to anyone. You simply have to be who you were created to be. Your authenticity is the most powerful prayer you can ever offer. You were not called to imitate others. You were sent to illuminate in your own unique way. You might have noticed moments when your intuition speaks clearly or your dreams reveal truths before they happen. That is not coincidence. That is divine communication. The light within you heightens your spiritual senses. You see beyond what the eye can see. You feel energies that others are blind to. These are not burdens. They are gifts. They are confirmations that your soul is awake and aligned. The world may label it sensitivity, but in the realm of spirit, it's called discernment. You perceive at a higher level because your light operates beyond the physical. Chosen one, your power doesn't lie in force, it lies in faith. When you speak, heaven listens. When you believe, reality rearranges itself around your conviction. That is how powerful divine energy is when it moves through a surrendered soul. You are not just praying to God, you are co-creating with Him. The light in you is His presence made visible. You are the proof of His love, the evidence of His glory, walking in human form. Never doubt that. Never shrink yourself to make others comfortable with your brightness. The world doesn't need you dim, it needs you radiant. And remember, with power comes responsibility. The energy you hold can heal or harm, depending on how you use it. When you speak from love, you build. When you speak from ego, you drain. Choose your intentions carefully. The chosen ones are not given power to dominate, but to elevate. You were not chosen to boast. You were chosen to bless. Every time you forgive, every time you choose peace, every time you rise above negativity, you strengthen your divine current. Your energy becomes a healing frequency that travels farther than your physical body ever could. There will be days when your light feels faint, when doubt creeps in, and you question whether you still carry that divine spark. But hear me clearly. You can never lose what was divinely given. Your light might flicker, but it will never go out. Even in your weakest moments, the divine energy within you remains untouched. All it takes is stillness and remembrance to reignite it. That's why prayer, meditation, and silence are sacred. They reconnect you to your true source. You are not powerless. You are plugged into the infinite. Chosen one, the power within your light is your birthright. It's not something you have to chase. It's something you must own. The world may try to convince you that you're small, that your voice doesn't matter, that your light is insignificant. But remember, one flame can ignite 1,000 others without losing its glow. You are that flame. You were chosen to remind humanity what divine energy feels like. So stand tall, radiate without apology, and let your light do what it was sent here to do. Illuminate the world with the power of God flowing through you. The enemies of the light. Why darkness tries to break you. Chosen one. You have probably noticed that the moment you start walking in your purpose, the moment you begin to understand that you are carrying God's light, life seems to get harder. People begin to turn on you. Obstacles arise from nowhere. Your peace gets tested, and your faith feels like it's being stretched to its limits. This is not a coincidence. Darkness always rises against the light that exposes it. You carry something divine, and that means opposition will come, not because you are weak, but because your light is strong enough to threaten what is hidden in the shadows. You see, the enemies of the light are not always the faces you can see. They are the unseen forces that move through fear, confusion, envy, and deceit. These energies recognize your light before you even realize the power of it yourself. They attack your peace, your confidence, your sense of identity, because those are the doorways through which light manifests. The moment you doubt who you are, your light dims. That's why darkness doesn't always come as destruction. It often comes disguised as distraction. It pulls your focus, it tempts your emotions, and it tries to make you forget your divine nature. Many chosen ones experience betrayal by people they trusted the most. This is not a sign that you've done something wrong. It's a sign that your light is exposing false loyalty. People attach to you for the energy, not the essence. When they can no longer feed off your light, they turn cold or walk away. That is divine protection, not loss. God allows certain betrayals to happen so that your circle matches your calling. You can't carry everyone where you are going. The ones who secretly resented your growth were never meant to ascend with you. Remember this, every time someone leaves, more space is made for something divine to enter. Darkness doesn't just use people. It uses your own memories and wounds. It whispers that you're not good enough, that your past disqualifies you, that you're too broken to be chosen. But what darkness doesn't understand is that the very cracks in your soul are where God's light shines through. You are not chosen because you're flawless. You are chosen because you can carry truth through pain. That's why the enemy targets your heart. If he can't stop your destiny, he'll try to drain your belief in it. That's why your greatest battles are often internal, fought in silence where no one sees. Yet every time you choose love over anger, forgiveness over bitterness, you are winning spiritual wars that others don't even know exist. Chosen one, your light provokes reactions because it cannot be ignored. People will envy you without knowing why. Some will gossip about you just to ease the discomfort your presence creates in them. You don't need to defend yourself. Your energy already reveals the truth. The more you grow spiritually, the more discernment you'll gain. You'll start to see through fake smiles, false intentions, and manipulative energy. This is not paranoia. It's awareness. When you are carrying God's light, your spirit becomes a radar for authenticity. You feel when something is off, even if there's no evidence. That's your divine guidance protecting you from traps set by darkness. And yes, sometimes the enemy will try to use weariness against you. He'll whisper, "You're tired. Maybe this isn't worth it. Maybe you're imagining it all." But the reason you're tired is because light bearers operate on a higher frequency. It takes energy to maintain that vibration in a low-frequency world. That exhaustion you feel is not failure. It's proof that you've been shining through resistance. Even warriors need rest. Take time to recharge through stillness and prayer. The light within you does not depend on constant motion. It thrives in divine alignment. Don't forget, darkness cannot destroy what is protected by divine purpose. It can only attempt to delay it, but even those delays are used by God to strengthen your faith. Every attack you've survived has taught you something about your own resilience. Every loss you've endured has shown you that what was meant for evil can be turned for good. You have been tested, yes, but you have also been refined. The pressure was never meant to crush you. It was meant to reveal the strength of your spirit. Understand this clearly, chosen one. You are not in a battle of good versus evil outside of you. It's happening within you. The part of you that doubts is the battlefield. The part of you that believes is the victory. Every day you choose to stay kind in a cruel world, you are defeating darkness. Every time you keep faith when logic says quit, you are proving that God's light is stronger than any shadow. You don't fight with your fists, you fight with your frequency. So, when you feel spiritual resistance, don't panic. Celebrate it. It's confirmation that your light is expanding. Darkness only attacks what it fears. If you weren't powerful, you'd be ignored. If you weren't chosen, you wouldn't be targeted. Every challenge you face is a sign of your impact. You were sent here to disrupt the patterns of pain that have ruled for generations. You are the proof that light still wins. Chosen one, do not curse your enemies. Thank them. For in trying to break you, they made you unbreakable. In trying to silence you, they made your voice stronger. In trying to bury your light, they forced your roots deeper into divine soil. You shine now, not in spite of the darkness, but because of it. That's how God works. The same darkness that tried to destroy you is now the backdrop that makes your light visible to others, still lost in the night. So keep shining, even when it hurts. The shadows can't touch you. They can only watch as you rise. Rising into your purpose. Becoming a beacon in the darkness. Chosen one, there comes a moment when awareness must become action. You've learned who you are. You've faced the weight of your calling, and now the question stands before you like an open door. What will you do with the light you carry? This is the point where destiny meets decision. You were not chosen just to survive this world. You were chosen to transform it. Rising into your purpose means stepping fully into the divine assignment that your spirit has always known, even when your mind doubted it. You have spent seasons in silence, misunderstood and hidden from the crowd. That hiding wasn't punishment, it was preparation. God had to separate you so He could strengthen you. He had to quiet the noise so you could hear His voice. The world trains people to seek validation, applause, and recognition. But the chosen ones move differently. They don't chase attention, they attract purpose. You've been through battles that broke your pride, but built your power. Every delay, every disappointment was a divine classroom teaching you how to move with wisdom. You were being sculpted into someone who leads not from ego, but from truth. Now, it's time to rise. Rising doesn't mean shouting your greatness from the rooftops. It means walking in your light without apology. It means living in alignment with divine principles no matter who approves. It means standing tall when others hide, speaking truth when it's unpopular, and loving when the world chooses hate. You become a beacon in the darkness not by talking about light, but by being it. Your life becomes a message without you having to force it. When people look at you, they should feel peace, clarity, and courage returning to their own spirits. That's how the light spreads, through presence, not performance. Chosen. 1. Your purpose is not somewhere far away waiting to be found. It's already within you, waiting to be expressed. The dreams that won't leave your heart, the passions that stir your soul, the compassion that drives you to help others, those are all clues to your divine mission. Purpose isn't something you chase, it's something you remember. When you align your actions with love, your purpose unfolds naturally. That's why distractions try so hard to pull your attention. They know that a focused, chosen one is unstoppable. You must protect your purpose the way a flame protects its oxygen. Be selective about who and what you give your energy to. Not everyone deserves access to your sacred fire. There will be moments when your purpose feels too big for you, when doubt whispers, "Who am I to do this?" But you must remember, you were never meant to do it by your own strength. God's light within you is the power source. Your role is simply to keep the channel open. Every time you surrender fear, forgive your past, and trust the divine flow, you make room for miracles. The universe doesn't need you to be perfect. It needs you to be available. It needs you to say, "Here I am, use me." That's when true power moves through you. As you rise, you'll notice that your old life no longer fits. Old habits will fall away, old relationships will fade, old versions of you will die. Don't mourn them. Bless them. You can't climb higher while clinging to what was meant for a lower vibration. The more you ascend spiritually, the less you'll tolerate chaos. You'll crave peace, clarity, and truth. That's not isolation. It's elevation. You're not losing people. You're aligning with those who match your new frequency. And once you begin to walk in that higher energy, you'll realize something profound. Your presence itself becomes ministry. You heal by existing, inspire by being authentic, and teach simply by living your truth. Rising into your purpose also means releasing the need for control. You can't plan divine timing. You can only prepare for it. The path of the chosen one is full of detours that are actually directions in disguise. When something doesn't go as planned, it's not failure, it's redirection. The light within you knows exactly where to go. Your task is to trust. Every closed door leads to the right one. Every delay protects you from premature exposure. When you live by faith instead of fear, you stop chasing and start attracting. You stop worrying about how, and you start focusing on who you're becoming in the process. To become a beacon in the darkness, you must also learn the language of love. Love is not weakness. It's divine intelligence. It's the energy that dismantles darkness without fighting it. When you love, you emit the highest frequency possible. That's why the greatest spiritual warriors are the most compassionate souls. They understand that real power doesn't dominate, it illuminates. When you respond to negativity with grace, when you choose kindness over retaliation, you disarm the enemy completely. Your peace becomes your protection, and your integrity becomes your armor. Chosen one, rising into purpose doesn't mean your life will suddenly be easy. The challenges won't vanish, but your perspective will shift. You'll start to see obstacles as invitations to rise higher. You'll stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What is this teaching me?" That shift in perception turns every trial into transformation. You'll begin to understand that every season, joyful or painful, was designed to shape your light into something more refined, more powerful, more divine. Remember this: a beacon doesn't run into darkness to fight it. It simply stands and shines. That's what you're called to do. You don't need to convince anyone of your purpose. You don't need to argue with those who doubt you. Just keep shining, and those who are meant to see will be guided by your light. Some will follow, some will awaken, and some will resist, but that's not your concern. Your mission is not to convert. It's to illuminate. When the weight of purpose feels heavy, return to your source. Pray, meditate, breathe, realign. The more you connect to the divine within, the brighter your light burns. Every act of faith fuels your flame. Every moment of stillness strengthens your clarity. And as your light expands, it becomes impossible for darkness to touch you. You don't need to shout to be powerful. You simply need to stand in truth. The universe responds to authenticity. So rise, chosen one. Step fully into your purpose. Walk as though heaven itself is behind every step, because it is. Let your actions speak louder than your words, your compassion louder than your opinions, and your faith louder than your fears. The world is waiting for your light. The darkness is thick, but not stronger than you. You were sent for this exact time, to remind humanity that light still exists. Be that reminder, be that flame, be the beacon that helps others find their way home. And when you shine, know that all of heaven shines through you. The revelation: you were chosen to lead the awakening. Chosen one, there is a reason your soul feels like it's been waiting for something greater. Because the time of revelation has come. You are not here by coincidence. You are here by divine design. This age we are living in is a great spiritual awakening, a time when the veil is being lifted and truth is being revealed. And you, yes, you, are one of the ones chosen to lead this awakening. You are carrying God's light, not just for yourself, but for an entire generation that has forgotten what divine truth feels like. This revelation isn't something you discover outside. It's something that's being unlocked within. All your life you've felt it. That inner knowing that the world isn't what it seems. You've sensed energies, felt shifts, and seen signs that others ignored. You've questioned the systems, the false idols, the illusions sold as truth. And though it made you feel isolated, it was never madness. It was clarity. The world called you strange because your spirit saw beyond the surface. The truth is, you were seeing with divine sight before your mind could comprehend it. That is the mark of the awakened. That is the confirmation that you were chosen for this time. You are not just a participant in this awakening. You are a messenger. You were sent to remind others of who they are. While many sleep, your soul burns with remembrance. You carry a divine frequency that stirs the hearts of those ready to awaken. That's why people find peace in your words, light in your presence, and strength in your silence. You don't have to force transformation. It happens naturally through you. The energy of God's light that flows through you speaks louder than sermons. You are walking proof that heaven is not somewhere far away. It's within us, waiting to be activated. Chosen one, leading the awakening does not mean preaching from a stage or wearing a crown of recognition. It means living authentically in truth, even when truth is unpopular. It means embodying love where hatred has ruled. It means showing compassion in a world that profits from division. Leadership in this new age is not about control, it's about consciousness. It's about carrying the frequency of heaven into every space you enter. When people look into your eyes, they should feel the presence of something greater. That is your purpose. That is your power. The revelation you are stepping into is not small, it's cosmic. Humanity is shifting from darkness to light, from confusion to clarity, from separation to unity. The world is shaking not because it's ending, but because it's awakening. Systems are collapsing so truth can rise. You are part of this divine revolution. Your voice, your energy, your obedience, they are all instruments in this grand symphony of renewal. The divine doesn't choose the loudest, it chooses the purest, and your purity of heart, your relentless seeking of truth has qualified you. But understand this, awakening others is not always glamorous. You will face resistance from those who fear change. You will be misunderstood by those still asleep. Some will call you foolish, delusional, or naive. Yet you must stand firm, because the truth always sounds like madness to the blind. You are not here to argue. You are here to awaken. Light does not debate with darkness. It simply shines, and shadows flee. You must learn to walk in quiet confidence, knowing that the seeds you plant will bloom in their own time. You may not see every harvest, but every word spoken in truth echoes in eternity. Chosen one, your revelation is that you were sent to ignite remembrance. When you speak, you awaken souls who've been asleep for lifetimes. When you act in love, you dismantle generational pain. When you forgive, you break spiritual cycles that have lasted centuries. You are the living bridge between heaven and earth. Your light connects divine intention to human experience. This is why your awakening has felt so intense. It's not just about you, it's about the countless lives that will be transformed through your obedience. As the awakening unfolds, you'll start to meet others who carry the same light. You'll recognize them instantly, not by their words, but by their energy. When two awakened souls meet, there is instant recognition, a silent remembering, there you are. These divine connections are not coincidences. They are reunions of ancient souls who agreed to meet in this lifetime to assist the shift. Together, you form a network of light across the planet. Each act of kindness, each word of truth, each prayer of faith strengthens this grid of divine energy that is healing the earth. You are not alone in this. You never were. The revelation continues as you learn that leadership in this new era is not about control. It's about embodiment. The old world built leaders on pride, greed, and power. The new world builds them on humility, service, and love. You are not meant to command followers. You are meant to awaken leaders. When you rise, others rise with you. Your purpose is to remind humanity that divinity has never left. It's just been forgotten. You are the remembrance. You are the echo of the eternal voice saying, "Let there be light." This revelation will transform your perspective. You'll start to see divine order, even in chaos. You'll recognize blessings disguised as loss, breakthroughs hidden in breakdowns. You'll stop asking, "Why me?" and start declaring, "Send me." Because that's what the chosen do. They step forward when others retreat. They shine when others hide. They hold faith when the world crumbles. You are not a victim of the times. You are a vessel for the transformation of them. Chosen one, as you embrace this revelation, understand that your mission is sacred but not burdensome. You are not meant to save the world by yourself. You are meant to awaken the world to save itself. Every small act of love, every moment of truth, every word of light you release creates ripples that travel far beyond your sight. That's how awakenings work. They spread quietly, powerfully, divinely. So rise into your revelation. Speak truth boldly, love deeply, and live righteously. Trust that every step you take is guided by divine intelligence. You were not chosen because you are flawless. You were chosen because you are faithful. You were not chosen because you are perfect. You were chosen because you are willing. And your willingness is all heaven ever needed. The awakening is here, and you are one of its leaders. Carry God's light with courage, with compassion, with conviction. Shine so brightly that even those lost in darkness begin to remember their own light. For that is your purpose, your mission, your destiny, to remind the world that God's light still lives, and it's been waiting inside us all along. Conclusion: walk in the light. Chosen one, now that you know who you are, the only thing left is to live it. You are carrying God's light, and that light was never meant to be hidden. The world is waiting for what's inside you. Every step you take in faith, every word you speak in truth, every act you do in love becomes a spark that pushes back the darkness. You were never chosen to merely survive. You were chosen to illuminate. Walk in the light, even when the path is uncertain. Trust that every moment is guided, every delay has purpose, and every obstacle is a lesson meant to refine your glow. Do not shrink for anyone. Do not dim your flame to make others comfortable. You are not here to please the world. You are here to awaken it. Remember, light does not ask for permission to shine. It simply does. Let your spirit radiate peace where there is chaos, faith where there is fear, and love where there is pain. The energy of God within you is unstoppable once you surrender to it fully. You don't have to force your purpose. It will unfold as naturally as sunrise. Just keep walking, keep believing, keep shining. Chosen one, you have reached the moment of knowing. Now you must become. The time of hiding is over. The time of shining is now. Comment 999 below if you're ready to walk boldly in your divine purpose. And if this message spoke to your spirit, share it with someone who needs light today. Subscribe to Rise of the Chosen, and never forget, this message didn't find you by accident. It found you because you were meant to rise. Go forth, chosen one, and walk in the light.